Have you ever been confused by a piece of code that just doesn't seem to work the way you expect? It can be really frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a common issue with the filter function in Python. I totally get it. You're trying to filter out dictionaries that don't have a specific key, and suddenly your filtered object becomes empty after the first iteration. You're not alone in facing this issue. Many learners encounter this when they first start using the filter function. Let's break down the specific situation you're dealing with. You wrote some code to filter a list of dictionaries, aiming to remove those that don't contain the height key. The first time you print the filtered result, it works perfectly. But when you try to print it again, you get an empty list. Sound familiar? Let's figure this out together. So what's happening here? When you use the filter function, it returns an iterator. Once you've iterated through it once, it's exhausted. This means you can't use it again without recreating it. Understanding this concept is key to mastering the filter function. And don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip on how to avoid this issue in the future, so stay tuned. The first step in understanding this issue is to recognize how the filter function works in Python. When the user applies the filter function, it returns an iterator, not a list. When the user calls the filter function, it processes the input data and generates results on the fly. This means that once the user has iterated over the results, the iterator is exhausted. To see the results again, the user needs to create a new filter object. This can be done by calling the filter function again with the same input data. Alternatively, the user can convert the filter object to a list immediately. This way, they can reuse the list without worrying about the iterator being exhausted. In summary, the user should remember that filter returns an iterator. To avoid getting an empty list on subsequent calls, they can either recreate the filter or convert it to a list right away. Fun fact, did you know that the filter function is often used in data processing? It's a powerful tool, but understanding how it works is crucial to using it effectively. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that the filter function creates an iterator. When you first convert it to a list, it processes the items and returns the filtered results. After that, the iterator is exhausted, meaning there are no more items to process. So if you try to convert it to a list again, you'll get an empty list. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always convert your filter results to a list if you plan to use them multiple times. This simple step can save you a lot of headaches. And there you have it. Now you know why your filter object becomes empty after iteration and how to fix it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more coding tips and tricks. Keep coding and see you next time.